So, good evening, everybody. Oh, God, look at the hair. What a mess. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday evening. It is a self-care Sunday, and with free tarot coming up a little bit later. Hi, it's oh, let me just put this on the right chat mode. There we go. That might help. Good evening, all. Hello, everybody. It's very, very, very exceptionally warm and sticky where I am. Like exceptionally warm and sticky. So yeah, not good. Right, okay. No, what am I doing? I'm just sorry, everyone. I'm just trying to get my Instagram up, and I've just seen a message that I haven't seen, so I'll double back onto that a little bit later. Where's the management one? Hang on a second. Why have I'm missing a group? There it is. There we go. There we go. All good. So then, a little bit of housekeeping. We are on subscriber only mode. So good evening, Anita, my darling. How are you? So we're on subscriber only mode, which basically means if you are wanting to put a message into the chat, then you have to be subscribed to this channel, and you have to subscribe and then wait for 5 minutes. So that's done just so that the spanners, the lovely moderators. Hey up, Neil. Hello, my darling. How are you doing? I hope you're all right. It's just done so that basically everybody has a little bit of a well, basically this means we can't get spammed quite as easily and trolled quite as easily. Hello, Yuki. Anita's saying hello to Neil. Everyone's saying hello. So yeah, so subscriber mode is on and slow mode is on, which means once you've sent a message, you will need to wait 15 seconds before you can send another message. Again, it just stops spam and just helps the moderators keep the chat nice and friendly. Kelly's here. Hello, Kelly, my darling. How are you doing? I hope you're well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to pull, as always, a self-care oracle card a little bit later, because I really like these. With Kirsty, a couple of weeks back, hi Boo. Well, hi Boo. Hi. Hello everyone. Sorry it's so dreadfully hot out. I know, that's your fault. I blame you, Boo. By the way, thank you for the message about the tarot cards. Yeah, on the tarot one. Yeah, no, it's I've got some interesting decks. Kirsty's here. Hey everyone, I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. Me and Rufus have been melting. What happened to the thunderstorms yesterday? I was so disappointed. It's not even cool. You know what I mean? It's still sweltering, especially in this flat. Kirsty knows it's like a bloody oven. It really is. So I've got a fan, literally, my fan that's normally there is now right next to me. I haven't got the microphone plugged in today. Let me know if I need to plug that one in, if the noise is a bit much. But yeah, it's just very warm. But when I was with Kirsty, when she came to their leads, I did pick up some cards. Now, these are absolutely lovely. They are some positive affirmation cards. And these are the ones that come with, what magazine was this? This would have been Soul and Spirit magazine, which is an interesting magazine. You was going to ask that there were no storms, not even a spot of rain. I know. What happened? Ed's here. Hello, Ed. Oh, my God. Hello, darling. How are you? Hi. Hi, Ed. Kirsty, tell me about it. Apparently now the thunderstorm is coming on Wednesday. I'll believe it when I see it. Believe it when I see it. I was so disappointed. I was all ready to dance naked in the rain. Do you know what? Do you know what? So just before, hang on, I don't know what's going on with my screen today. Why is my screen so small? It's very strange. Normally I've got all of that in shot, haven't I? Is that right? I think so. That's angled really weirdly now, but anyway, we're just going to go with it. So, yeah, just before I came on, because it's been so hot in here, I have been just basically running around just with my bra on earlier. And I said to Rufus, I should probably go and get some clothes on before my live. And he was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I was like, yeah, otherwise, I mean, that's one way to get a whole bunch of subscribers. Titty Tarot. That's what we're going to do. Titty Tarot. Hello, Titty Tarot. You know, let your titties choose the cards. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Ed, can't complain. You guys good? We're very good. We're doing a little bit better, although my tummy's not been great today, but yeah. Hi to Yaz. Not much rain here, but have you all seen that loads of London is flooded badly? No, I haven't. Kirsty, James has now come down, has had this sickness bug yesterday and today, so now we're just waiting for everyone else to get it. Oh no, I haven't seen any news today, to be fair. I've had a social media off day, if that makes sense, a day off of social media, just because sometimes it's a bit toxic, isn't it? So yes, sometimes. Anyway, as I was saying, these cards came with a magazine, and when Kirsty came up to their leads, we had a little look-see in a tip shop, one of the charity shops up here, and surely that kind of live stream would be best on OnlyFans rather than YouTube. Could you imagine, though? Could you imagine? It's one way to boost your sub count. You know, right? You've just seen it all on Twitter. Loads of people are knee deep in water, and tube stations are like swimming pools. No, I haven't seen that at all. If anyone's from there London, if you can confirm what's going on down there, I hope everybody's okay. Wow. No, see, we've not had a drop of rain. Not a drop. Glad to see the tip shopper finder being used tonight. I've actually been using them for a couple of weeks on one of my other calls. Use them like a pendulum. Boo! I had to stop and wonder what you were talking about then. That'll be good. I just that'll be good. Maybe in a couple of years. They're not there yet, but maybe in a couple of years when gravity's taking its toll a bit more. Oh God, that'll be funny. Yeah, so these are just affirmation cards. So what I will do today, let's start off, before we do any skincare, before we do anything else, let's have a nice affirmation card. Byron, hiya, popping in to say hello and to do my skincare. Oh, won't be here late, but we'll lurk as long as I can with you. Sent you a message on Insta, by the way. I've just seen it just as I was logging in then, Byron. So I will have a look at it and give you a reply after this, if that's okay, my darling. Right. So then we'll do an affirmation card. So let's see what today's affirmation is. We go. I've cut them a couple of times, so we'll do one more cut. There we go. So the affirmation is, I will create the future I want now. What? No, I will create the future I want. And I think that's true, isn't it? I think that's true. I think if we quite often, oh God, this is like pause for thought of the day. Hi, Sue. Hello, my darling. Evening all. Hope everyone's good. Thank you, Sue. All good this end. I hope you're okay. Byron saying hello to everybody else. I think when it says, I will create the future I want, I think this is a really lovely idea, isn't it? Because I think if you are a positive person in general, then you tend to see things positively. There was an old quote. When I was doing my psychology A-level, one of the first things we were taught is looking at our own bias, and looking at how the method and the sort of the part of psychology that you go down can affect your view, because you filter it all through that knowledge. So Freudian psychologists see Freudian patterns, Jungian psychologists see Jungian patterns, and it's all of that, isn't it? It's all about if you are filtering everything through the lens of, such is life, we get by, we muddle on, everything goes on, then yeah, look at it's kind of a thing, isn't it? Neil, I always like to indulge in a hobby whilst watching the live stream, so I am making window ledge cushions and catching up on my one drawing a day for a year. Wow. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. You're so talented. God, I wish I was half as talented as you. I really do. You're an amazing crafter. You really are. Anyway, so yes, I will I will create the future I want. I think that is important, and I think if we want to have certain things in our life, then we have to aim for them, we have to go for them, and that's a big thing, isn't it? That's like a big thing. I'm waffling because I've just seen Katrina come into the chat. Hello, Katrina. Good evening, all. Sending hugs to all. Thank you, my darling. Yes. No, I think that is, I think it's true. I think we do create our own future, and whether it's positive or negative, we see it through, you know, the lens that we're feeling at the time. And I think very, very firmly, I always call myself a pragmatic witch or pragmatist, because like, I don't see the glass as half full or half empty. I just see a glass with some water in it. And, you know, that's kind of the way that I look at things. And I think it's, for me personally, I think we do create our own futures, and we do create our own successes and our own failures. Talking about some more housekeeping bits, we do have the healing brooch on today. So yeah, if you see this, just send a little ping of energy across to the brooch, and then it sits on the altar space behind me with my selenite wands in my crystal my crystal bowl, and it sort of energizes and magnifies the energy. So I'm going to do some skincare. I also have, I might try, my new deck turned up. So the Connolly deck, this is the new version of the deck that I have been using. And it's not what I thought it was. It's not what I thought it was at all. Kirsty says, that's a great card to come out at the moment. Always good to have a reminder that we all have the right to choose how our lives unfold. Absolutely, we do. We absolutely do. So yeah, this isn't what I thought. This is almost the exact same deck as the deck I've been using for 20 odd years. The only difference that I can see so far is that this card has a sort of Celtic knot design on the back. Apart from that, it's literally the exact same. Every card is the same. So it's not that they feel different, because I haven't connected with these ones yet. They've literally just turned up and I've flicked through them. But they were supposed to be, I thought they were modernized. I thought they were slightly more diverse in terms of ethnicity on the cards. But it turns out that everybody on here is white, just as the other deck. I actually thought it was a bit more like the Modern Witches Tarot, I think it's called, where they've got people of all races. No, they're fine. They're fine, Boo. Honestly, they are fine, and I will use them because it is the exact same deck that I've been using for 20 odd years, just with a different back. But I thought that they were modernized. I thought that they were actually updated. But do you know what's really interesting? Is reading the little booklet again, because the way that this booklet was written, it goes into the iconography that's actually written, drawn onto the cards. And so reading this little booklet, that was really fascinating, about like just reminding me that, you know, the pictures have a deeper meaning by design. But we've got the Rider-Waite one here as well, the Radiant Rider-Waite, which I'm absolutely loving. But anyway, we'll come on to all of that in a bit. Let's do some skincare. Well, you see, the thing is that they were updated. Tammy Moody's here. Yay, hello. I made it to the time change from where you are here in Ottawa, Canada. Oh, wow. Nice to have you here, Tammy. How is it in Ottawa? How are you doing with lockdown and that sort of situation? I know that Canada is doing great guns compared to the States, isn't it, in terms of vaccine rollout and things like that. But yes, it's lovely to have you here. So we always start the same way. We always start with skincare for the first sort of half an hour, 3/4 an hour, and then we move on to the tarot. So, but yay, I'm glad to have you here, Tammy. I really am. I love it when we have international viewers, subbies, because it just feels like our little family, our little authentic family, where we all look after each other and we all look out for each other. I think it all just been working through it all. Got your last dose on Thursday. Did you get any side effects with the second one? We were poorly. We got really big side effects. You always get attracted to different decks, but nothing has the same bond that your Mystic deck, and you've had that for 20 odd years. Yeah, same with me with my Connolly deck. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I will move on to the new one, just because this deck now, it has served me very, very well for many, many, many years. But I don't know whether you can see how grey the cards have got on the sides where they've been used so much. You know, and so I will just swap over to the new deck at some point. But look at the old back. That marble design is so beautiful. So beautiful. Is it too late to ask for a reading? Absolutely not, Tammy, my darling. We'll open up the reading in about half an hour's time. We'll open up the list. So if you hang on in there, the lovely Making It Up in the chat. I don't know whether you've got your chat on. Wow, Tammy, your first shot really affected your endometriosis. My first shot, oh God, we had flu symptoms for a week. It was really awful, really, really awful. So yeah, Yaz, you haven't had your second one yet, but hoping I don't get it bad like a lot of you did. We were okay. You're loving my Lisa Live sign. Thank you. I've got it on color change today. I've got it on a slow color change just because I like the way. Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know where it goes round, so it's going round like that? It reminds me of the game Snake that you used to have on your old mobile phones. You know, the old sort of Nokia phones where you had a snake and it would follow the screen round. There's just something about that, like where the lights are going around the rectangle. But yeah, no, thank you for that, Katrina. A friend of mine made it for me. She's got several 3D printers, and yeah, she 3D printed it for me and put the lights on and everything. I think it's amazing. I love it. Yeah, so you're okay with the first one. You were fine in your second, just the first was awful for Anita. Yeah, see, this is it. Different people are literally having hugely different responses. So for some people it's like, oh God, yuck, ew. And for other people it's not until the second one. And I know other people that have had no symptoms, no problems at all. Ed, you haven't played that for ages. Played what, Ed? What was I talking about? What game? What game was I talking about? What was I talking about? What game was I talking about? Can't remember. Anyway, let's do some skincare. What game, Ed? What game? Yeah, is you okay with... I've read that one. Snake. Oh, Snake, of course. Yeah, well, because everybody's moved on. You've got mobile phones that have got like casinos in them now, and like a whole entertainment system, Disney Plus, everything else. But the so that the old days of having like the little black cursors that were just kind of going around like this, those days are long gone. Tammy, it wasn't as bad, just joint pain afterwards. Okay, well, hopefully, my darling, hopefully you're okay. Yaz only got a bad arm and a migraine with the first one. I think a lot of it also depends on which one you have. It also depends on your age. It depends on whether you've got underlying health conditions. I know with my fibro, it triggered something, and I was quite in a lot of pain for a while. Talking about pain, my pinch nerve in my neck is still really annoying. The painkillers have kicked in so far, touch wood. The painkillers are doing their job. So the naproxen, the tramadol, and then the lansoprazole to stop my tummy issues, although that's not working today. So yeah, so everything is on that front, everything is going okay. So skincare, doing my serums. I always do serums first because that's what you're supposed to do. So the Ordinary Argyle line, this is my Buddy wants a reading. Buddy can have a reading. Oh, I've left I could have done Buddy a reading with the cat tarot. Oh, buddy, I'll tell you your future. Buddy, you're going to find a lovely new home, and you are going to find a loving family that will love you forever and ever and ever, and you will be with them for like until you're 20. Oh, Necroneo, have you thought about shuffling the two decks together and drawing from them at the same time? Oh, that's interesting, Neil. Or one from each for each card pulled could show the deck's different attitudes to questions. That's a lovely idea. I might have a go at that this week, actually. I might have a go at that this week. How does it work? Is there a list? I put my name on it for a reading. Never had one done for me. Usually do my own. Yeah, Tammy, what happens in about 25 minutes, Kirsty will open up. So Kirsty in the chat is making it up. Kirsty will open up the list, and there'll be a message that pops up on the live chat saying the list is now open. When that happens, all you need to do is put the word question followed by your question into the chat, and then Kirsty will take them all and pass them on to me in a list, because we've got an Instagram. Hang on, let me just bring you a little bit closer. We've got an Instagram group, so that basically the messages come through separately, so I don't have to keep responding to the chat, because otherwise my ADDH brain just looks at the chat the whole time. Even though we've got this system, I still look at the chat, even though I know I shouldn't. Anyway, let's get some shit on my face. So the shit we're putting on my face, Argyle line. This is really good for my forehead lines. It's actually like my lines. I notice if I don't use it, they my forehead lines look really dodgy. They can look really furrowed. So yes, let me know in the chat if you're doing your skincare. I know Byron said that he's popped in to join us for the skincare. Let us know what you're doing and what products you're using, because we love talking about beauty products, not just here, but over on my other channel. For those of you that have just joined, over on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, if you type that in, go and add yourselves onto that channel as well, because I do a live stream on a Thursday morning over there, talking about our health, our recovery from COVID, how we're going with Slimming World and things like that. So yeah, we do a live check-in on a Thursday morning over there. So do come and join me for that one. As well as lots of other videos. We do a Will It Soup, where we take a meal, a fully made up meal, and ask the question, will it soup? And then it turns into a soup, and then we eat it. It doesn't sound at all like something anybody would want to watch, but it's quite funny. It's quite amusing. But we also talk about beauty over on that channel. So the last video I've done, hello cover button, nice to see you, my darling. Nice to have you here on a Sunday evening. So yeah, the latest video I did over there was looking at the Pretty Obsessed, Pretty Bloody Awful sub box. And it is pretty bloody awful, to be honest with you. It really is. So I'm just having some energy drink with some tropical soup. Will It Soup makes you feel a bit sick, to be honest. Really? Oh no. The salad soup one was really nice. It was actually really, really nice. We had a little bit of it, and then I put it into the, because it was still super hot. I left it in the microwave to cool down, and then it went off overnight because it was so hot here, and I forgot to put it in the fridge. Oh no, cover button. Kirsty, also you and do Fiverr, which is fab. Oh yeah, I do Fiverr. Thank you, Katrina. I forgot. Also join me on Fiverr, as Katrina just said. So yeah. Oh, the burger and chips one. Oh, it wasn't great, that one. It wasn't great. The pizza one was 10 times worse. That was awful. That has got to be, I mean, we've only done 4 episodes so far. We've got another one coming up next week. But that was so, it was so disgusting. So disgusting. But hey ho, you know, it's part of the course with that type of video, really, isn't it? It's Some of them are going to be good and some of them are going to be absolutely vile, but that's why we do it. And it's a bit of fun. It's all in fun. So then what else am I going to put on my face? What other serum shall we use? We're going to use the Dr. Botanicals Kiwi Eye Serum. I'm going to use this one today. Yes, Spa Find Renewed Radiance Mud Mask. Kirsty's asking, Katrina, is that a sheet mask or is that a pot mask, like a clay thing? Oh, I forgot how runny this one was. Oh, I've just poured it all over my skirt. Bugger. Oh, well, there we go. Just whack that all over my eyes and then anywhere else that needs a bit of extra. And then what moisturizer? Oh no, I haven't done me vitamin C. I was about to say, what moisturizer am I using? I haven't done my vitamin C. I'm using the Balance vitamin C. This is a really good one. This one that was in the Pretty Obsessed sub box. This one, oh my god. So I saw it on Lloyd's Pharmacy for £2.50. Little Miss Budget, Ness, she had it from Cherries for £1.50. Or for £1, I think, £1 or £1.50. So it is it's even cheaper than I thought it was. Which is great, don't get me wrong, if you're buying it. But when it's in a sub box with a load of white label stuff, it really just, I'm so glad I cancelled that straight away. Jesus. Awful. Anyway, how is everybody doing with their skincare? Have you got sheet masks today? I haven't picked one yet. Shall we do this together? Shall we do this at random? Okay. Here's my bag of sheet masks. Not that I'm excessive at all. Not that I can't get it open. Not that I'm, yay. You never heard of cherries until I watched Nessa's video last week. Really, Byron? Like about 6-7 months ago, lots and lots of channels did got like sponsor type things from them. Well, not sponsorship. It was like, would you spend £30 on cherries and then review it for the website? Review it for YouTube. Lots of them got that. So yeah, I'm really surprised you didn't see it. But I think you had to hustle them, if that makes sense. I'm being really careful what I'm saying now. Kirsty says, it sounds lovely and mud masks are your favorite, Katrina. So you might have a gander at that. Oh God, no. What have I got? Have I still got my mud mask? If I've still got them, Kirsty, I'll when I next see you, I'll let you have the clay masks I've got. I've got some relatively nice clay masks. I cannot get on with clay masks. Oh, they're just so messy. I can't. No, you love a good mud mask too. No, I just can't get on with them. It's the bit, like, they're fine when they go on, but it's the bit when they crack them. Oh no, I just can't. I can't get on with them. So then, do we do it by number? How should we choose a mask? So there is, like, we've got comedy mask, like a cat one. I've got, like a green tea bubble mask. Should we do a green tea bubble mask? Haven't done one of these for a while. What else? Turmeric masks. I've got another green tea bubble mask. So should we do one of these? Because I haven't used that obviously in quite a while. Have I got my phone. What should we use? Boo says cat mask. Right, okay, so the choice then, we'll put it to the chat. Where's the cat mask gone? Where is it? There we go. Right, so the choice is, everybody, green tea bubble mask, so a foaming bubble mask, or cat mask. Green tea or cat mask. We've got 1 vote for green tea, Yaz. 2 votes for green tea with Tammy. 3 with bubble mask, says Kirsty. Green tea, bubble mask. I think bubble mask is taking it. Okay, we're going to try. Everyone's saying green tea, bubble mask. Right, okay, we'll try the green tea one then. I don't know what it's like. I've not tried them before. These were on a bargain deal from Bubble Mask. Oh God, the Bubble Mask. Really? Okay, right, fine. This is from Equinox Outlet, which is the bargain. It's, I said in my video, it's kind of where, oh no, don't knock a drink over, Lisa. That's a bit stupid. Hold on. Oh, all on me tarot cloth. Well, at least I've got a cloth down, I guess. Oh, disaster. It's fine. It will dry. Right then. So yeah, as I was saying, let me do my Radiance vitamin C stuff first, and then I'll do the bubble mask. Your son Luscious is watching too. He says, hello, witches. Hello, witches. You have no clue what a bubble mask is, boo. I know, right? I do. And I'm a bit scared now. No, you were a panda. I was a panda last week. I've still got that. That was really funny. I liked being a panda. Panda was good. That was a good mask. That was probably, of all the face masks that I've done with animals and faces on, oh shit, that was probably one of the best ones. Look at that. Boo saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Hey, Luscious. Am I saying it right? Lucius, Luscious. Oh, Boo, hopefully you're in for a treat. What, with the bubble mask? Yes, they I think I've done one before on this channel, but I was saying, so they came from Equinox Outlet and they were in a that got in my mouth. Blah. Yeah, don't drink them. Oh God. Last time you used one, your baby cat was terrified. The panda was fab, says Kelly. But it really did look just like the emoji. It looked just like the emoji. It was so weird. It was this is that. It's green for a start. You see, this is the thing. My texture version, I don't like unpeeling them. I mean, this doesn't look too bad. Famous last words. Again, it's not a very big one. With my big fat face, it's not a very big one at all. What's that? Oh, they haven't cut the eye holes out. What? Hang on. Right. Right. The eye holes, I guess, is that so you can kind of have it over your eyelids if you want. So yeah, it's not actually slimy, so it's just I don't like, you know, the paper when they're on that paper sort of thing, when they're all like full of the serum. I don't like the way that feels. Right then, so there we go. Lovely. There we go. Oh look, I look like Jim Carrey in the mask. There we go. Have I got a little foldy bit there? Is there a foldy bit there? Oh yes, there is. There we go. Put that down. Put that over. Oh, that feels quite nice, I guess. There we go. That's all right. Smoking. Somebody stop me. I'm not doing bad mask impressions. Right then, let's give it a little roller. It's me, Fiona. That's from Shrek the Musical. It is very Fiona, very Fiona. Looks rather like Jade. I don't know. I look like She-Hulk. That's coming soon to Marvel, isn't it? The She-Hulk series. I don't like the bit where the eye flaps. Why have they not cut them out properly? Because they're just going to hang down and look awful. I think it's so you can put them on your eyelids and have your eyelids closed. Anyway, there we go. So this is what we do on a Sunday evening. We start off with our self-care, and we do our we start off with our skincare and our self-care. So let's have Orc from Middle Earth a little bit. Oh, could be worse. You could have said I look like Gollum. Trixie Hobbitses. Trixie Hobbitses. Right, so whilst we've got this on, oh, it looks stunning. Doesn't it look stunning? Is it bubbling yet? I don't think so. I don't think it's bubbling yet. Hi, Belinda. Lovely to see you. How are you doing, Belinda? Oh, it's got in my mouth. That's nice. I don't think you're supposed to talk while it's on. I think it's bubbling up a little bit. Hi, Belinda. Welcome to the She-Hulk show. Today I will be... Oh, dear. Right then, while we're doing this, let's pull a self-care oracle card as well. So we've done an affirmation. Let's do a self-care oracle. I know, right? I know. We're getting all the cards out today. Standard Sunday, Belinda. Lisa in a weird mask. It's about right. It's about right. I mean, you know, everybody's so worried about showing their best self on the internet, aren't we? We're all so worried about that. We've all got to make sure at all times that, you know, we're Instagrammable and that everything looks good. Thanks, Belinda. You were doing great till you saw me. Thank you for that. It's starting to bubble up a little bit. It's not majorly bubbly. It's tingling underneath though. Like I can feel it. I can feel it under the mask. So that's interesting. Yeah, Tammy, I can feel it. So basically what these do, they have some sort of reaction. I don't know. Kelly will know. Kelly, why does it bubble? Is it the battery acid leaking? Is this like, does it react to the air or does it react to your skin? It says on it, fair play to you, Lisa. Love that you are you. Oh, God, can't be anybody else. God, it's taken me long enough to find me. You know what I mean? It contains green tea leaf extract, aloe, what? Barbados. Barbados leaf extract and superberry complex for normal, dry and oily skin type. So for anyone that's got skin, it's a reaction to the oxygen in the air. Thank you. I thought it was. What does green tea smell like? Is it grass? No, it just smells fresh. It just smells slightly herby and fresh. It's meant to give you a deeper cleanse. Oh, that's good then. That's good then. I like a good deep cleanse. I like it deep. Oh, God. You know when you can feel yourself about to say something, but then you say it anyway. Oh, dear. That was funny. Have you never had green tea before, Anita? Have you never had green tea, Nate? Green tea's all right. Green tea's all right. You've got to, innit? Right, let's pull a self-care oracle card, and this will tell us a little bit about what we've got. Oh, again, I think this is trying to tell me something. Make an altars come up again. I think this is for me, that message, because I am trying to make my Hecate altar. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm waiting because I can't find a figure to represent her that I'm happy with yet. Yaz, you're obsessed with matcha. Tammy, you got your coffee and watching and done some witchy work. Oh, what have you done, Tammy? What have you done? What witchy work have you done? I have been looking at soap. Oh, been looking at soap. That might be a thing coming soon. Looking at soaps. Right, I'll pull a card for everybody else. Cal 100, hey, just turned on the live, and the first thing I see is in her mask, shouting like, what? She likes... Oh, God, Cal. Hi. This is actually foaming up a lot now. I've got bubbles in my mouth. The best bubble mask has got to be the OK one in a blue packet. You've not seen any bubble up as much as that. This one's bubbling. This one is bubbling. Right, here we go. So a card for everybody else. We have, oh, what's this? Connect with your womb. Well, I said everybody else. It's about right. So whether you have a womb or not, I would take this as connecting with your not necessarily your fertility, but connecting with your you know, your uniqueness, the bits of you that are nurturing, and with your womb. If you've got a womb, connect with your womb. If you haven't got a womb, then this one's for you. Clean your space. Oh God, these are all for me. Jesus, clean. Oh, there's a lot of bubbles. Oh, and the mask is now slipping down my. Hello, can you still see me? Oh no, what's going on? It's sliding down my face. Oh, it's very bubbly. I keep expecting little bubbles to. Oh yes, please, Neil. I would love that. Neil's offering to cross stitch anything for your Hecate altar. Are there any symbols that you would like on it? Things could sit on top of the cloth embroidered with it. Oh, wow, that would be amazing. I can't concentrate. It's literally sliding down my face. Oh God. Hello. Oh Jesus. There we go. Oh God. Look how bubbly it is. Look how foamy it is. Oh, it does taste. It tastes all right. Oh God, look. Neil, I associate Hecate with, in her crone phase mainly, and connected to sort of the liminal spaces, the crossing spaces. But yeah, no, I always associate her, like, you know, the stand. Oh. Oh God. Tammy's got a Tammy, have you got a YouTube channel? Hello, Tammy, have you got? I can't speak. Right, okay. I'm gonna have to take this off because it is literally sliding down my face right now. Oh God, and I think I've had it on long enough. I can't see. I can't speak. Oh God! Right? Yeah, it's literally. I look like. Does anyone? Oh God! Does anyone remember in RoboCop when the guy gets, like, the bad guy gets slunged with all the toxic waste and then his face melts off? Right, I'm taking it off now. I can't see anymore. It's very, very foamy. Wow. That was probably not a good idea. Right, okay. Oh dear. Wow. That was quite a nice, interesting mask. It wasn't it? A bit Bell's palsy, a bit like I was having a stroke. Wow, look how foamy that is. Wow. That's quite, I can recommend that technique one. That's very, very foamy. God, yeah, there we go. I mean, I've got sticky hands now, but anyway, it'll be fine. Oh God, there we go. Wow, that was a foamy mask. That was quite good actually. I quite like that one. I don't know what you're supposed to do afterwards, whether I'm supposed to pat it or anything, but there we go. We always do some kind of weird and wonderful sheet mask. It's a little bit sticky afterwards, but it'll be fine. It's not like I'm just going to sit here for another hour. Tammy, yes, you do. It's under your name, Tammy Moody. Kirsty, could you, or one of the Spaniards, could you go in, like, put a link grab Tammy's channel link and put it into the link, if that makes sense. Thank you very much. Do you feel like it went deep? Oh, it did, Nate. I think it proper drilled me deep. Yes, I think it did. Right, I'm gonna have to rinse my hands because they're very, very sticky. Be back in 2 seconds, everyone. Sorry about this, but this is a necessity. Otherwise, the cards will get ruined. 1 second. There we go. That's better. I didn't know which mask I was doing today, so oopsie. So oopsie. Falling over. Oopsie. Oh, there we go. So because I didn't know which mask I was using, I didn't prepare for it today. Oh God, there we go. Was it deep enough? It was quite deep. Yes, I think so. It does leave a residue on your fingers though, and probably on my face, but at least I've got my hands clean now, so I can do some readings. Right then, let's have a little look-see, shall we? Thank you for that, Yaz. Yes, so everybody, Yaz has put Tammy's channel in the in the chat. Sorry, not on the replay, in the chat. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, do please make sure that you go and check out Tammy's channel. Also, there's been a lot of channels scrolling through. We've been putting a lot into the chat. Go and check those channels out. Belinda Chapman's also got a channel here on the YouTubes. Check out Belinda's channel. She does like whole, I keep tasting that now, haul videos and things with that. I look bright and fresh now. I know, has it taken years off me doing my skincare? Oh dear. Thank you, Boo. I know, I look bright and fresh. I don't. I look bloody old is what I look. But anyway, we'll skip over that. So just before we open up the list for the tarot, I've got to say the tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You've got to be 18 years or over to have a tarot reading, and of course, make sure that anything you ask, you are happy with the answer and the results being spread out there on their interwebs, because the interwebs, once you put something out online, thank you, Kirsty. Once you put something out online, I'm telling my, why is my phone doing that? Once you put something out there, it's out there forever. And the one thing I will say, even if you think, if you want a tarot reading and you ask a question, say you say to us, I would like a reading about money. And if everything that comes up is talking about a relationship crisis, then that's the reading that I have to give you, because that's the reading that comes up in the cards. It's not, you know, I can't focus it. I will basically give you the reading that you are here to get, basically, if that makes sense. Now, I will try and filter it through the question, but if something is really obviously going, there is nothing here about finances, there is nothing here about career, everything is about this other issue that's going on in your life, then that is what will come up. So if there's something happening and you're unsure whether you want that blasted everywhere on the interwebs, just be aware that you can book privately through Fiverr.com if you want, for $5. That is an option. Hang on, let me turn this on. So how do I do silent? Oh yeah, like that. Stupid question. No, that's vibrate. There we go. So yeah, basically just make sure that you're happy with whatever answer being put out into the cosmos. Oh, Tammy, that looks like it's going to be more of a mediumship question, but we'll get onto that. So I don't believe that tarot is particularly like how do I put it? I don't think that you have to be particularly skilled to read the tarot. All they are 78 cards with pictures on. And through interpreting the pictures and telling the story of the cards, I interpret that and I talk. And basically, somehow between my brain and the Akashic Records, which is the idea that there is a library with universal information, so everything that ever will be and everything that ever was is available in that library. It's just that we can't all see it. Somehow, some of that knowledge, when I do the cards, I get to know stuff about people. Okay, so I've got no idea what it is. Oh, hello, Mr. Moth. Miss Moth, what are you doing? Where have you come from? Just come from the bathroom because I've got the window open. That's lovely. What that was then? I got I don't know whether you saw that on camera. I got dive bombed by a moth. But anyway, so yes, so I don't believe that the tarot is necessarily a psychic skill. I don't consider myself a psychic, although other people have said that, you know, I have bits of that. I do sometimes get messages from, I guess, the other side. I do sometimes get things come through. I don't pertain to be a medium or anything like that. I just read the cards. However, we shall see. Tammy, okay, sorry, was writing in my planner as I listen and laugh. No, that's cool, Tammy. Sue, question, am I going to make, right, okay, that will get picked up and passed across to me. I know, I just read it out, didn't I? How many tattoos have I got and where? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 at the moment. I've got my goddess here on my boobie. She is in the trans flag colors, and this goddess image has a particularly wide hip because she represents my friend Willow, who passed away, who had cancer, and she had a very, very similar tattoo with a wide hipped goddess on her neck because, like me, she was a larger girl. And yeah, so it's actually got the hand at the top, the goddess is actually turned into a love heart. So this was done. I got that to represent Willow, who passed away. I've got my triple moon tattoo. This was a hand prick tattoo. So it was done with a bamboo stick and some vegan oil, like vegan ink. So yeah, that was done. No, Tammy, it's fine. We'll do that, Tammy. I'll see. We'll see what comes up. So that was done as a hand prick one, which is very, very painful, but it was a rite of passage. I've got my 2 stars. One's larger than the other. So this one's bigger than this one because I have a receptive hand and a projective hand. So the energy comes through, is magnified through me, and is then projected. And I have my dragon with the sign for fire in the middle because I was born in the year of the Chinese fire dragon. So yeah, so there we go. That's all my tattoos so far. There are more planned. There are lots more planned. Oh, how fun would it be if we all go get tattoos together? I want so many more. My tattooist is, I have had conversations about getting some tattoos added. So I'm going to have like a half wreath that will go round with forget-me-nots in. For my mum, my nan, and my great-grandma. And I also want some tattoos on my fingers. So I want stars. I want stars. So that's what I want. Right then, let's have a little look-see. We are going to start off the reading. I'm going to go with the Radiant Rider-Waite tonight. Just because it's the fairly new deck, and because I am enjoying the way that, because this is a new deck, the major arcana really do jump out at me with this one. Thank you, Tammy. Kirsty says, Yaz, I have at least 3 that I know I would like to get, but it's Ian's turn next, so I have to wait. Belinda, you'll just watch. Every tattoo I've got has a very, very, very significant meaning to me and marks a particular moment in my life or a particular time. So yeah, they are important. Right then, let's have, or to me, they're important. I couldn't imagine, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I really couldn't imagine kind of going in and doing the whole, you know, I want that one there, please, from a book. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, it's just for me, they've got quite a deep meaning. Right, I'm on my Instagram. So Tammy Moody, question is what? There are ancestor spirit guides who have been working by my side and have any message for me. Right, are there what? Are there any ancestors Is that, Tammy, are you asking if there are any ancestors, if there are any guides with you, or that you know that there are and you're wanting a message from them? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We'll just go with it. Right then. So, as I say, tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You have to be 18 or over to have a reading on this channel. You should always bear in mind that tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counseling advice. And what I always advise is to go for a mundane solution to a problem before a spiritual one. So, you know, if you've broken your arm, go to the doctor, get it checked out before you put some herbs on it. If you have, you know, if your house is about to be repossessed, don't just ask the cards for a reading. Maybe speak to a financial advisor and get some help. You know what I'm saying? So that is always the advice that I would give. So then, let's have a little look-see. So I do use guides. I have 4 dragons that I work with, or 4 dragon elemental energies. They are very different, and it depends on which ones come through. Recently, we've had Wispy, as we've nicknamed him, or them. No, him. Wispy is him. And Wispy is a interesting character who brings very chaotic energy and makes cards jump. And I have a fire dragon who is far more on the nose, on the point. So yeah, so it tends to be a little bit different depending on which dragons come through. Nice to have a tattoo tour of yours, Lisa, to know the meanings. You've lost count of how many tattoos I have. Can't wait until the world opens up a lot more, as I have so many more planned. Yeah, I do. I do as well. I have one as a yin-yang domes up my life. What? I have one as a yin-yang domes up my life. Okay. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, please do give a thumbs up. Right then, let's have a little look-see. So we are asking for Tammy Moody in the live chat. We are asking if there are any ancestral messages coming through. I am getting the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. Okay. Spanners, tonight's going to be interesting. Right then, let's have a look. Are there any, and are there any messages for you? Let's have a look. So, oh, there we go. That one jumped. What was that card? Where did it go for a start? Where did it go? Hang on. I've got it. So then, we're filtering through the Emperor. Oh. Okay, so this is this is an older gentleman. We're filtering through an older gentleman, Tammy. So somebody who was in a position of authority, position of power, somebody who was quite authoritarian, and somebody who was quite domineering. So. Okay, we are filtering through the Emperor. So then, which dragons do we have? Who have we got here? And what have we got for Tammy? Let's have a little look-see. Well, that was the only card that jumped in that whole reading, so that's the filter. That is the modifier. So then we'll drop. There we go. Okay. Tammy, do you work with like okay, Tammy, do you work with male, like with a male energy? Do you work with energy from like, do you get the feeling that you've got a male ancestor with you? Because I absolutely do get the impression that there is somebody that is around, because the Emperor has popped up, and that was the card that jumped. Now, filtering through the Emperor, in the past position, we've got the Queen of Swords. Swords is trouble and strife. The Queen is can represent sort of older women, can represent oh, got a right tickle in my throat all of a sudden. She can represent older women. She can also represent like mothering imagery and things like that. If you've got, this is getting okay. We're starting like this already, are we? Right, okie dokie. So then, Tammy, you're asking about whether you've got ancestors. I would take this as being grandfather back, grandfather, great grandfather, that sort of period back. Just in the way that it's come through and the impression that I'm getting from that. This is very much more maternal energy, but maternal energy was somebody who on this side you weren't particularly connected with, or you had issues with. It was a challenging relationship, and I think that it was one where you were always at loggerheads. And I think whoever this person represents, whether it is a mother or a grandmother or an aunt, this person, when they were here, you two didn't get on, and it's probably the last person you would expect to see as a positive guide, but they come through to you in a way when you need to hear certain things, whether you want to hear them or not. Does that make sense? So yeah, there is absolutely stuff around you. We've got the Hermit in the present position, and the Hermit is reversed. So the Hermit is a card where it talks about needing to find answers within. It talks about having to take some time to prepare yourself for your own future. It also talks about kind of handing over the light. So in the light for the Hermit card represents knowledge and represents wisdom, and so it's handing that light over to yourself, if that makes sense, to your future self. So I think there is kind of, when you're asking about if there are any messages, I think you need to find a way of listening to your own messages, if that makes sense. Like, the messages are there, you just need to be able to hear them. And I think sometimes, like, life is really hectic, isn't it? Life is absolutely bonkers, especially at this time with everything that's happening in the world, COVID. It's a really topsy-turvy time. And I think that, you know, a lot of us in this sort of field find it difficult to pause and allow those messages and allow that sort of contact through sometimes, because we are dealing with all the mundane stuff. And I think for you, this card is really representing the fact that you need to take some solitude, you need to take some alone time, some me time, and you basically need to do that reconnecting. Now, the Hermit is reversed, which means in this reading, it's not something that I think you're going to find particularly easy. I think it's something that you are going to, I think you're going to struggle a little bit with it, because the reversal in this case is very much down the road of, oh, this isn't something I want to do. This isn't something that comes naturally. This is something you're going to have to actively work on. I know it sounds ridiculous, actively work on doing nothing, but that is something that I think you absolutely need to do. Now, in the future, we do see another sword card, and this is the Ace. So there is a new challenge coming your way, and what I would say with this is that this challenge is representative of the Hermit. Now, we're filtering through this Emperor energy. Now, the Emperor is very much in control, and in control of a wide amount of stuff, and I think that this represents kind of that on one aspect, it's that grandfatherly, great grandfatherly energy coming through, but it's also very much the meaning of the card is that you're juggling a lot of balls, spinning a lot of plates, trying to keep everybody happy, trying to keep everything running. And how I would say is that basically means you're going to struggle to take this time out and to find this inner space. And that is potentially going to lead to some challenges, particularly in this field. So whether that is challenges connecting to spirit guides, whether that is challenging, so you've been working on reopening your psychic abilities as they went dormant. Yeah, this is what this is. This is that it's not coming natural to you. It's not coming easy. It's something you've now got to work at. When, so slightly off topic, but when I was younger, I used to see auras. So if I looked at someone and looked at them a certain way, I could see a color pattern around them, and I could see if there was like a cloudy bit here or a murky bit there, and I could see that there was issues, which is fine when you're doing it on demand. When it's happening all the bloody time, it's overwhelming. It literally is too much information when you're just walking around town and you're seeing these like murky bits in people, and you're like, I wonder if they know, if they, you know, it's just too much to handle. So I shut all of that down. Just completely went, nope, don't want that. The same thing with the sort of contacting and getting messages from the other side. It's like that has happened, and it's happened on a live before, but it's something that because I'm not there yet in terms of going down that road, it's something again that I am just keeping slightly on the back burner, although there's elements that come through when I do my readings. But if I now was trying to see an aura, that would be really difficult. That would be really hard for me. I would have to really concentrate, really dig deep to try and see everything again, because everything got shut down. So yeah, you'd love to know if someone could see your aura and what it shows. They are, I mean, it is a fascinating area. It really is. But as I say, it's something which, if you shut down that ability, then reawakening it can take a while and can take a bit of study. But what you might also find, Tammy, is that, like, say, so I used to see auras and I used to like do bits of crystal healing and things like that, which is why my tattoos are where they are, because it's energy in, energy out, magnified. And I used to do a lot of stuff like that. But when you come away from it and then try and go back, it's almost like you've got to relearn. It's almost like, oh God, right, okay. So it's like my mum had a stroke and a brain tumor, and she lost the ability to walk. And over a period of time, she actually relearnt how to walk. She literally hydrotherapy and everything else, and rewired her brain, because the part of the brain that dealt with her being able to walk was damaged or was cut out with the tumor. So what she did was to, you know, she had to rewire her brain. It's called neuroplasticity, and it's where we can build those connections back in. But sometimes when we've shut something down so firmly, particularly if you've gone, nope, not having that, it's done, then to reawaken that, to reopen that third eye can be really difficult. So yeah, so that is what I take from this. And even from this card, the Ace of Swords, the new challenge, I think absolutely this will be your new challenge, is very much linked in. I'm going to pull you a fourth card. So we have the Five of Pentacles, and this is what this one looks like on this deck. And now again, Pentacles is the financial suit. So if you are looking at maybe this being something career-wise, then this is something that could be coming up. But again, it's a 5. It talks about hardship. It talks about also, it's about hardship for you in terms of like having a lot of work to do, but it also talks about passing on the good that you get, if that makes sense, and about asking for help, because sometimes we do need help. So that's what I take from there, especially when you were talking about, you know, doing some of this in a slightly different way. When you were little, through your teens, as I got older and work and life, it went dormant. Yeah, absolutely. It happens. It happens, Tammy. Anyway, I hope you can take that, my darling. Maybe not the sort of the detailed ancestor reading that you were looking for, but I think definitely that Emperor card coming through as some past male energy, I think is really interesting. The fact that it was that it came up straight away and then that card jumped, I find really interesting. Boo was right. You must be able to control it or it will overwhelm you. Exactly. And I think that's the same thing with the mediumship. That's why I'm not ready yet. I'm not there yet, if that makes sense. It's something I am building towards, but there's a lot on in my life at the moment. And I think, you know, everything mundane is kind of filling in the gaps, if that makes sense. Everything kind of is taken all the time, so that like I need to be in the right place. Basically, later on in the year, we shall see what happens. I've got a project which we're working towards, which will be launching hopefully in October, and that's taking a lot of my spare time at the moment. But I am looking to do some of that working. So yes, anyway, I hope you can take that, Tammy. I'm swapping back over to the Connolly deck now, my traditional deck. Just because it's the card that the God, what is up with me today and not being able to speak? It's the cards that I am more used to, if that makes sense. It's the ones I'm more comfortable with. So yeah, but definitely, Tammy, look at great grandfather or great grandfather energy. There's something there, or like a great uncle or something. There's something there that is absolutely that is there. Any suggestions on how to open it? Study and practice. Get a notebook, okay? Get a notebook and try writing down every time you try and connect, every time you do a working or do a ritual, write it down. Every time you kind of try opening up that third eye, that inner space to allow messages, write it down. Write down your methodology, like plan it. So say so Sunday night, right? Sunday evenings, before I come on, I always have a cleanse. So I always literally like wash my face and hands before I came. I did, which is a quote, by the way. But I always do that. So I always make sure that I am ritually clean. So even if it's just splashing some water on my face and tapping dry with a towel, it's a way of me basically separating that bit of space to this bit of space. When I come in this room is only really now used for, we've got the ratties in here, but it's still only really used for this sort of stuff. So it becomes almost like a ritual space. And then when I actually do my readings, there's a slight shift that I go through. So the whole self-care thing is one aspect, but then as I start talking, as I launch into the script of tarot is for entertainment purposes only, blah, 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 there's a shift that happens, which is basically me going, right, that's me leaving the mundane part of the world, and that's opening up a little doorway or a little liminal space, a between space, which is where I operate. And so for me, when I was learning a lot of this, when I was learning a lot of witchcraft stuff, I would write down everything. Like most witches, I have got out of the habit, and it's so annoying because I really need to get back into the habit of journaling everything that I do, the successes and the failures. I really, really do need to get back into the habit. But that is something that genuinely I would recommend that you do. Anybody out there that is wanting to get into this field in any way, even if you're just doing, you know, if you're wanting to get into witchcraft and you're wanting to do some spell works, some ritual workings or some workings, write them down, prepare, like think before you do something, think about what it is that you want to do. So it's setting that intention. Then as you create a space, whether you cast a circle, whether you just kind of sit in a room that you only use for this sort of thing, whether you light a candle, whatever it is that changes your space. So story time. When I used to work on stage, like the thing that gave me confidence wasn't the vodka, wasn't anything else. It was when I put my eyelashes on. So when I put my false lashes on, and I used to wear, because you're on stage, you need, with lights and everything, they were big lashes. When I put them on, that was when I was kind of saying, right, I'm going from my normal self into this persona, into stage me, into having the confidence to sing in front of 10,000 people. Whereas sort of non-eyelash me is actually quite shy, believe it or not, and gets socially awkward. And so for me, that was the moment. And if there was ever a time when I was at a gig and I didn't have my lashes, it was awful because I didn't have that transitional moment. And so if you're doing the same thing, try and have something. If it's when you ritualistically light a candle, or when you sit and hold a crystal and you sit and hold that crystal for a bit. If it's something you do at the beginning of every working, if it's something you do at the beginning of every example of witchcraft or example of spirituality, mediumship, whatever it is that you're working on, it starts to act like a trigger, so that when you do that action, it literally gets you into that zone, if that makes sense. And so for me, just being sat in here, preparing, getting the cards is all part of that. It's all part of that ritual. It's all part of that space. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. And I would absolutely recommend, like, there's lots and lots of books out there on psychic development and things. Have a read, like, check them out from your library, get them on Kindle. Don't just read one though, like, read multiple books and multiple deep trance and meditation is what I've been doing, but need to do it more regularly and be consistent with it. Yeah, consistency is good. If trance work and meditation work gets you into the zone, then that's absolutely great. There is a way of getting into sort of, I call alpha patterns, alpha brainwaves, which is a thing that for me helps. But anyway, have a little research. And my absolute recommendation would be read all the books you can, look at all the techniques, write them down, and keep a little diary. If you're doing a meditation or trance work, write down what you see, write down what you feel, write down the images you get afterwards, and then also write down how you got them. Was it in the first 5 minutes? Was it after 10 minutes? Was it after, at what sort of period was it? Keep a note of all of that. And especially if you were doing something different, if you're using a different breathing technique or you're using a different, a different stance, look at all of that. It's so hard embedding new things into existing routines, but whatever you can do, whenever you can do it, is better than none. Absolutely, Kirsty, absolutely. Like, I am now getting back into the habit of celebrating the Sabbats. So Lammas is coming up. The altar is going to be changing this week. Lammas is coming up, so I'll celebrate Lammas. Having this channel and doing all the witchy videos is really helping me get back into my regular kind of, that regular spirituality, if that makes sense. Right, anyway, thank you, Tammy. I'm going back to my other cards. I hope that helped, Tammy. I'm sorry to everybody else that's just here listening to or wanting to have tarot readings going on. It's we got a little bit off track there, but hey ho, it's me. Sue Barris, question: am I going to make the right decisions in the next few weeks? Okie dokie, let's have a little look see then. I think it's definitely wispy again. I think we've definitely got a wispy here. Shame Eraji, hello Shame. Shame, I hope I'm saying that right. Lovely to have you here. Nice to have you. I hope that you are doing well. Oh gosh, right, okay. Wispy, let me at least do a shuffle first before we have a card that bounces. Thank you. So then, is Sue going to make the right decisions over the next? Right, okay. You want that card to bounce, so we're going to have that card bounce. Okay, so we've got a card that's trying to turn over, which is the Two of Discs. So this is finances and possibly to do with a partnership, but we'll get into that in a second. Welcome to tonight's Tarot Hour. Thank you, Kirsty. Let's have a little look-see. We have got space for a reading if you would like one, Shame. There we go. It's a beautiful name, isn't it, Belinda? Absolutely lovely name. Here we go, cutting them. So then, Sue, I hope you're still here, Sue, by the way. Let's have a little look-see. We've got the Emperor again, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool. Oh, two major Arcana cards in the first three. Well, so there's 4 cards for you. 3 of them are. God's sake, why can't I speak? 4 cards. 3 of them made. 2 of them major arcana cards. Is the next one a major arcana? Yes, it is. So I keep saying 3, so this one wanted to come as well. So we've got a 4th card. Right, let's have a look see. So are you going to make the right decisions? In the past, I think so. Am I right in saying that there is something to do with either finances or career that you are particularly looking at, or with your partner, or possibly both? Because we've got the two of the two of discs that this is filtering through. So this is the modifying card. So in a past position, we've got the Emperor. Now, the Emperor, again, is somebody who is very controlling, very dominant, has a lot of control. This isn't representing another person. I think this is representing you and some of the decisions that you've got to make, because the Emperor is somebody who is in a lot of control. They have a lot of decisions. They keep everything moving. They keep an entire kind of, you know, empire running. And basically, if you look, I always say it, but he's got the world in his hands, literally on the orb. So it's a really powerful kind of card. It's talking about a lot of decision making that you've got, but also a lot of, like, these decisions are going to impact other people, if that makes sense. It's not just about, you know, what are you eating for dinner? It's like the decisions that you're talking about are going to have wide impact on a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And that's something which I think is why you're struggling. I think at the moment, the reason I'm saying there's a financial element is because in your present, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. If I put her that way up. Again, Pentacles is about finances, and the Queen is about, again, making those decisions and making those. She's the one that kind of is arguably the King is in control, but the King wouldn't come up for you because you're female. So, you know, the Queen comes up for you. The Queen is very much, how can I put it? The buck stops with her, basically. So what she says goes. She's got a little bit more of a warmer energy than the Kings tend to. But what she also was reversed. Now, this is basically, again, saying that these are some hard, I want to say financial. I don't know whether this is a financial thing, Sue, but there is either a hard career choice or a hard financial choice that you're having to make at the moment. Now, the Queens tend to be slightly more, not so much maternal, but they tend to think slightly more about long-term repercussions and things like that, whereas the Kings tend to be a little bit more judgmental. So I think that you are trying to weigh a lot of things up at the moment. You are definitely trying to, it's like, this isn't just a decision, as I say, that affects you. This is going to affect people around you, and you're trying to take all these different viewpoints into brain. You're trying to take all these different views on board. It's definitely career. Yeah, absolutely. This is financial then. This is what this is. So this is where you are at the moment. The future card, you've got the Fool reversed. Now, the Fool is about being at the crossroads, start of a new journey. It's also seen as some of the negative aspects of the Fool, which is the reversal, would be that you are kind of stuck, and you're kind of, not just that you're stuck, but it's almost like you're not even confused. You're flummoxing yourself, and you're confusing yourself. You're adding on to your own kind of problems, if that makes sense. Whether that's because you're overthinking, or whether that's because you are, you know, there are things that you have not messed up, but there are things that you have sort of, yeah, just things that you have done, if that makes sense. I don't know whether that makes sense. Been on the sick, don't know if I even want to go back. Okay, so that's what this is then. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is where you're basically, it's like you're right back at square zero, because the card is literally zero, and you're looking at this crossroads, but you're looking at it from a position where it's not like you're in the job and you've got, like, all of a sudden your boss says, here's this opportunity. There's a new department opening over there. There's this happening, where you've got lots of opportunities. This is literally where, you know, you've kind of put yourself in this position. I know that sounds awful, and I'm not saying that being on the sick is something that you've put yourself in, but because you are away from work, that's why things are making it. That's why things are a lot harder for you to make the choices. But the crossroads for the Four is absolutely. Is really important. This is a really, really important decision for you. And I think when you're looking at some big career choices, I think that you need to make sure financially, because this is coming up, the 2 is coming up, that financially you are able to cope, if that makes sense. So if you do go back, financially, how are things going to benefit? If you don't go back, what are you going to do? How are you going to keep a roof over your head, food on the table, that sort of thing? I think that you've got some quite difficult decisions to make at the moment. There's nothing here saying about, you know, which way to go, because I think that that is still up in the air. But when I said there was a third card and the third major arcana card, hang on a second. Right. Wispy, just let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak. This dragon is never-ending story, falcoring all around at the moment. So when I said that there were 3 major arcana cards, it was telling me that there was another card to pull. And the other card to pull is Strength reversed. Now, how I'm interpreting this is that, like, whatever you decide has to make you stronger. Okay, it has to be something that will improve your life, if that makes sense. I know it sounds really vague, doesn't it? But like, if you go back to work, are you strong enough? Are you physically, mentally strong enough to go back right now? Is that a decision that you're making because of finances, or is it something that you're making because you're eager to get back to work? If going back is going to make you weaker, if it's going to damage your strength and your resilience, then that is something that I think might not be right for you. But again, it's such a difficult thing to talk about because finances are so important. We need to keep those roofs over our heads, don't we? Especially in this day and age. Right, I've pulled you another one. 3 of Pentacles reversed. Again, 3 is about studying. 3 is about, if you look, this guy, so the nun has a book, the guy's got a scroll, he's got his diploma, he's studied with the monks, he's basically just qualified. So if there is something that you are looking at that is in terms of you know, sort of retraining, then that may be an interesting thing. Although again, it is reversed, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed as well. I think that so of a 6-card reading, you've got 4 major arcana cards. 3 of them are reversed. So I think you need to be really, really careful, Sue, because you could make the wrong decision here. The Wheel of Fortune is about gambling. It's about lots of opportunities coming your way, but there are also lots and lots of risk. And I think there's a lot of risk going on. I think you need to be really, really careful weighing up the financial element versus the health element, and basically working on what is going to be the right thing. Where does your priority lie? Because yes, we need to have, you know, a roof over our head, but if working in this particular job is making you ill, then it may be a case that you need to retrain and look elsewhere. The thing is, a lot of these cards are reversed, which is saying this is going to be some really, really not just difficult decisions for you to make, but there could be some serious challenges ahead through those decisions, if that makes sense. Right, final outcome card. Okay, we've got the 9 of Cups reversed. So the 9 of Cups is, if you can see, look, it looks a little bit like Moustache Jesus. I equate this card with being kind of, you know, you're at a birthday party and nobody else has turned up. It's that feeling of, you know, being alone, having to make everything, having to make the decisions yourself, but having to do everything yourself and having to, you know, not necessarily having that support with you. Afraid if you go back, they'll make it difficult for you. I think this represents you feeling a bit, the strength card, sorry, is representative of you feeling a bit beat down at the moment. And again, that's what this might represent then, is the fact that you do need to kind of, you know, I think you might need to retrain, you might need to look at another area. But again, so many of these cards are reversed. I think that whatever decision you make is going to be a challenge, to be honest with you, Sue. I think that there are pros and cons either way. And if you go back to work, then I think, yeah, you've got some issues. I don't think that you are going to be, so this could represent you being kind of ostracized at work. It could also represent you not going back to work and feeling completely alone by being at home. I do think that you need to weigh everything through the eyes of the finances, because that card, this modifier came up. And you know, if you're lucky enough so that you don't have to work to keep the roof over your head and food on your table, if you're in a position where, you know, you've got support financially, or you're able to kind of call on some savings, then again, maybe that's an option. But I think you're going to make, your question was, are you going to make the right decisions? You're going to make the right decisions for you, but I think you really do need to weigh up the health versus wealth question. I really, really do. I think that, to be honest, I think that, like, there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk, because the Wheel of Fortune came up, Sue. I think that, you know, you have to really weigh this up. And I don't, there's nothing here saying, like, there were no sword cards, so I don't think there's anything where you're going to go back to work and they're all going to be a bunch of bastards. But I do think there will be challenges, and I do think that is something that you do need to seriously weigh up. I think you're probably sat there thinking, oh, I'm not going to go back, I'm not going to go back. But I think that in itself will have some repercussions that I think, again, you've got challenges there. Just let's see. Hang on. I know. It's supposed to be a 3-card reading. I know. Come on. We'll do a self-care card. Let's just see if the Oracle... My gut instinct, everything is basically saying, Sue, that if you don't go back to work, financially, you're going to really struggle. And that is something you need to really consider. And I think that potentially, because you've been off for a while, potentially the fear of going back is what's keeping you from going back, if that makes sense. That's just my gut instinct. Right. Okay, this has popped up again. Clean your space, it says. Clean your space. So I would interpret that in for this reading as, you know, wipe the slate clean, and to, yeah, wipe the slate clean basically, and to start afresh. So if you've got relationships with people at work that have been difficult, then I think you do need to just wipe the slate clean and just go in with a whole new perspective, a whole new kind of a fresh take. Oh God. Yeah, so does that make sense? Oh gosh, Wispy is really, really doing this. But yeah, you say you've got to bite the bullet. I think you do. I think you need to make the decision. I think you're getting in your head about it. And I think that whilst, yes, you need to look at things, you do absolutely need to make your decision and then roll with it. As Anita says, look, Anita says that she went back to work after 6 months off with anxiety. It was hard, but you did it. Exactly. And you can do it. But I do think you need to wipe that slate clean. I really do think you need to just wipe the slate clean and move on, if that makes sense. Right. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We're a bit all over the place today, aren't I? Let's have a look. So I'm going to go to Louise. Can I please have a general reading? Of course you can, Louise. Katrina, I've got your question in next. Right then. So, whoa. Okie dokie. Oh, they're jumping today. They are jumpy today. They really are. How am I going to pick that up? Right. Hold on. Oh, my back. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, come on. Come on, fingers. Come on, fingers. Hold on, everyone. I know, right? This looks dodgy, doesn't it? Hang on. Hello, I'm still here. Come on. Come on. Come on, bloody hand. Got it. So, we've got another fall. So, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Where's your grabber? My grabber is probably in the lounge. Hello. Hello. Sorry, just a ratty coming to say hello. Oh, right, here we go. Louise. The modifier for you is the fall again, because that jumped. Although that literally, right, I'm not going to use that as the modifier because that was from the previous reading. So that could just be a random. So Wispy, if you want the fall to jump, you're going to have to make it jump properly. So you're just wanting a general reading, Louise. I do hope you're well, my darling. I hope everything is going well in your neck of the woods with your partner and everything. Let's have a little look-see then, shall we? I know I do apologize, everybody. I feel like my energy is all over the place today and not in a kind of wispy way. I think my pinched nerve and the painkillers is bloody dragon. That bloody dragon. What is it they say? Be careful what you wish for. Right, we have 3 jump. Oh, right. 3 doesn't help, Wispy. 3 doesn't help. That isn't a thing. We're not having 3. No, because we haven't even cut the cards yet. So Wispy is an air dragon. So think Felkor from Neverending Story, the luck dragon, right? Think that, but made up of smoke and wispiness. This is Wispy, who, whenever Wispy is here, cards do like to jump. Now, obviously, I do have fibromyalgia, and my hands aren't particularly great, so sometimes we put it down to that. But when cards are absolutely jumping all over the show, it tends to be Wispy being a bit of a bugger. Someone's pulling your leg. Someone's doing something, Wispy, aren't they? Right then. So, Louise just wants a general reading. Are we going to have anything else jump? Are we going to have another card flip or anything? No, it looks like we're okay now. There we go. Oh. Right, we're okay now. So Wispy's been around for a few Louise's readings. He does, doesn't he? He does seem to like Louise. Let's have a little look. Here we go. This is past, present, future. Let's have a look for he has, hasn't he? He really has. He likes you, Louise. It must be this this airy energy. Let me just see if I can move this fan a tiny bit, because it is, it's very warm. It's so hot in here. Okay, so that's interesting. So we've got the 5 of Wands in the, so I would say we'll look at this as like the upcoming couple of months, or the upcoming month, because I would say that the 5 is the, oh, hang on. Okay. Have you been a bit unwell, Louise? Have you been a bit icky? Anyway, yeah, so the energy you're taking into the coming month is the 5 of Wands. Wands is the security suit. So Wands is the suit about your sense of self, but also about your, why is this so high? Bear with me. There we go. Your sense of self, but also about, it can be bricks and mortar security. Okay, so I think the energy that you're taking forward is very much travel related. You've been signed off work. Yeah. Well, like tummy issues type things, but stuff. I got like digestion, kind of something like that, Louise. I don't know. Not in your stomach. Is that what I'm getting? Because I've got this tight feeling in really tight feeling in my like the top of my tummy, sternum type area, like a really like whoa, almost feeling like I want to, like I'm like, oh, anyway, not that I want to throw up, but almost feeling that sort of, yeah, just, oh, really, really tight knot in my stomach, really tight knot. Are you you're off with depression, anxiety, and stress? Is oh. Really icky feeling, not in my stomach, really icky feeling. Anyway, the sorry everyone, this is just, as soon as I started to read for Louise, I've got a bit of a cold sweat coming on now as well. Good evening, Renata. Hello, darling. Renata of the Craft. Oh, I love that name. So yeah, I think the energy that you're taking forward into the coming month is the 5 of Wands. Wands is representative of security, as I say. It affects your appetites and some days feel off it. Have you eaten today? Because I've got a really, really icky kind of knot in my stomach, and it almost feels like acid reflux type sensation, where it feels like, have you right, pausing the tarot reading. Yes, but only had one meal. Have you been feeling like, I just feel like, you know, sometimes when you're so hungry you feel sick, or you're so kind of, yeah, worried sick. This is what it is. Like, is that literally what it is, where you're worried sick? You're like, you get so pent up that you feel like you could throw up, or you feel like you've got almost like an acid refluxy bile type thing, because that's what I'm getting at the moment. So this is really strongly I have really strongly connected with you right now. This is I'm feeling it. The empath is feeling it. It's horrible, Louise. No wonder you're signed off. Bloody hell. Right, so let's have a look at what the cards are saying. So the energy you're moving into the next month is travel related. It's journeying related, and again, it's that feeling of oh God. Oh, that's really weird. That is really weird. It's that feeling of having to travel and having to do things, but not wanting to, if that makes sense. That's the energy you're taking on. And again, this could represent the partner, and all of that sort of traveling and making sure that he's okay, all of that sort of stuff. But I think it is very much about this journey that you're on, and this really uncomfortable, icky journey. You've got more financial things that you are still dealing with, that you are having the blinders lifted off. So you're having your blinkers removed. Oh, sorry, I really do feel quite... I feel really, really, really not pukey, but just a little bit like, ooh, a little bit... How to describe it? Yeah, worried sick is the thing. I think, again, when we're looking at finances, Sue, Louise, I think you are I think there's a lot of things going on at the moment that you need to deal with, and that you need to assess, and that you need to absolutely make sure that you're not being, it's not that you're not being hoodwinked, but you need to make sure that you're aware of everything going on, whether there's bills that are coming in that you're not expecting, or whether there's, you know, whether you're getting like money from work that you're not expecting, there is definitely something there that you need to address, and that you need to make sure that the finances are right, because there's a question mark over that. Because the longer term one, we've got the 8 of discs, and if you look, the guy is kind of a little bit older, so a workman, and is just basically stopping and resting, because, you know, there's a lot of work being done, and a lot of sort of, this is going more towards the sense of security as well. So I think that there is still some work for you to do financially, career-wise. There is something that you need to sort out. Obviously, if you are off sick, then this is what this will be relating to, and about, you know, financially, whether you can, again, a bit like Sue, a bit like we had with Sue, that you've got to make sure financially that you are stable there. In the next couple of months, we've got also another travel related security card reversed. So I think that if you've been doing a lot of traveling, if you've been doing a lot of movement in terms of visiting your partner, or like a lot of just being out and about, like visiting and doing things, I think that is something which is possibly making you feel ill, and just the thought of everything that's happening is probably, you know, adding into that sense of queasiness. There's nothing here about, right, yeah, I think you've got challenges coming at work. I think you need to seriously have a little look-see. Sheffield and back every week. Yeah, I think you need to have a look-see, because I think that there are some real challenges that are going to be coming your way in the next month. And Hierophant reversed as well. So Hierophant is kind of the high priest, the Pope. It's that kind of higher sort of energy, but it's also dogmatic. And when it's reversed, it's about like being really dogmatic, digging your heels in, and not wanting to change your position. So when we're talking about your work life, I think that it's something that you do need to maybe look at, because whilst you are signed off, and whilst you are, you know, feeling like crap, you're not going to want to go back to work. But you do need to just make sure that is okay, if that makes sense. There's something here work related that you need to just make sure is still, like, it might be something as ridiculous as making sure your sick note is covered or whatever it is, but there's still something here that you need to look at work wise in the coming month. As far as the travel is concerned, I think the travel is absolutely making things 10 times worse. Now, I'm not suggesting you don't go and see him, you don't go and travel, but I think there is absolutely something there. Right, that is so weird. Before I was booked off, I was having problems at work with co-workers, weren't helping everything I have going on, pushed you to the point I considered leaving. Yeah, absolutely. Work is definitely there. This is definitely coming up as a challenge going on at the moment. I would say in the next month, you're like in this coming month, in sort of July to August, I think you're either going to have a work assessment, or, you know, a back to work kind of thing, or yeah, there'll be something that you have to go in and speak to your work about, whether that is, you know, arranging a long-term kind of scheduled back to work, or whether that is staying off for another 3-6 months. Whatever it is, you're going to be called into work, and there is going to be something there that you need to deal with, particularly because we've got this issue of financial work-related things that are being kind of opened up. Your boss has asked you to reconsider while I'm off. You're not due back till September as you work in a school. Right. There's still something work related here going on behind the scenes. So whether that is that you need to whether that is that you need to go and see them, whether that is that you need to, you know, speak to the union about sickness and make sure that things are covered. There is definitely something here, Louise, that you need to look at. Particularly this dogmatic Hierophant card is giving me alarm bells. This is something where people, basically, this is about the culture. So this will be the culture of your workplace. This is like the rules, you know, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. this is all about that. There's something here that is a sticking point because it's coming up with the 9. But yeah, absolutely. I think you've got there's nothing here hugely negative, but I do think that there is something here work-wise that you need to sort out in terms of making sure that things are right when you go back. So your boss has asked you to has offered you counselling. Maybe take him up on the counselling. I think counselling is a wonderful thing. I regularly go for counselling, and I think it helps keep me relatively sane as I am. So yeah, I would totally sort of recommend taking them up on that. I know you've got so much going on at the moment as well, that it's, you know, there's different types of stress, and what you have is you know, whatever else is going on with everything with your partner, you have what I would call experiential stress. So, or yeah, so basically you are stressed because of an experience that you are going through. So it's not something that is just like general stress and fatigue and anxiety. You are going through a really stressful time with your partner being ill, and so of course you're going to have experiential stress. You're going to be going through that because these things, when life happens, when life throws us shit, it affects us. And that isn't to say that we're going to be in that position forever, if that makes sense. Oh, Tammy, they're wanting you to take some stress leave for 2 months to relax, and you've been tossing the idea of it. If you can do it financially, if it's at full pay, then absolutely do it. I mean, God, who wouldn't like 2 months off with full pay? I hope you can take that, Louise, my darling. I think that, you know what? I don't know why, but I'm going to pull you an oracle card as well. But this sicky feeling, this queasy feeling, it's something which it's something which I think, you know, if you are going through the physical like stress symptoms as well, then it's definitely something you need to look at. And if you can get some counseling, if you can get some help, then absolutely, like, please do it. So your self-care oracle card is saying music. So listen to music, sing, dance, play music, whatever it is. Like, music is a great stress reliever. It's a great way of kind of unwinding. So although it's not going to fix any problems, it's a great way of kind of dealing with some of those problems. Mindfulness, all of that, they can really help. So yeah, do look into that. But honestly, if they're offering you some counseling support, then do. You've had depression for a while, but have had to change your medication, and things have got so much worse. Suicidal thoughts, etc. Doctor is concerned. Check, then go back to your doctor. Okay, Louise, your job this week, and I want you to promise me you're going to do it. Ring your doctor, even if you've got to, like, you got a faff on, and ring your doctor. If they've changed your medication and it's affected your mood really badly, then you need to change your medication. You need to either up your levels. I'm on citalopram, which is my antidepressant of choice. Well, it's the one they gave me. But it took a few different versions of it and a few different strengths before I found one that works and helps keep me balanced. And that took a long time to find. So if you are, if you've changed your medication and it's making you have those thoughts and it's making you, like, it's really affected you, then you need to change your medication. Absolutely. If I need to up my dose or need to speak to someone, to contact them ASAP. Ring them this week. Right. So by next Sunday, I want you to promise me, and I know I'm just a stranger on the internet, but please call your doctor this week, make an appointment and speak to your doctor, because your levels aren't right. If they've changed your medication and it's affecting you that badly, then it just means your levels are out of whack. So please speak to your doctor, get an appointment, whether they need to up your meds or change your meds. Please do that this week, because if you're feeling that crap because they've changed your meds, then they need to change it up or back or change something. You shouldn't be feeling that way, okay? And if that isn't natural for you and it's a reaction to your changed medication, then please speak to them this week. Honestly, don't go on feeling like absolute shit. Don't go on feeling crap unless you absolutely have to. And if they can change your levels, then get them to do that. What I really, Louise, I really want you to promise me you'll do that. The ones you're on make you either really happy or really down. Then you need to go and have that conversation with your GP. Seriously, you need to have that conversation and just say, even if it feels like you're being a pest, even if it feels like you're like, oh, but the doctors have so much going on in their lives, they're so busy with COVID and everything else. Even if all of that is happening, you really need to insist on that conversation, because if they've changed your meds and it's making you feel that crap, then they need to change your meds again. And it can literally take a few months and trial and error, increasing a dose, decreasing, changing it, for that to actually really kick in. And because of the way that our brain chemistry works, it isn't a simple thing of you take that medication and then overnight you feel better. It takes a while for it to get into your system. So if they've changed your meds and it's been a little while and you're still feeling like shit, then you need to go and speak to them and say, look, this isn't right. I'm feeling like crap. It's only been since the medication's come in. I need something else. And it might just be that they take you from 5 milligram to 10 milligram or 10 milligram to 20 milligram or whatever it is. These ones are different to the ones you're on before for 2 years. I've had these a couple of months. Yeah, please, Louise, please. If they've changed your medication and the new medication isn't agreeing with you, then you need to speak to them about it. Because especially when we're dealing with the brain, especially when we're dealing with antidepressants, because there are so many different ones and they all work slightly differently on our neurochemistry. And it could well be that one, will increase your serotonin. The happy hormone. One will increase it. One will suppress it. And there's different ways of treating depression medically, and there are different ways of getting your brain chemistry back into balance. And so it may well be that the drug that you're on, they need to change, or the drug that you're on, needs to be increased, and something like that. Some days these make you feel really happy. Yeah, so absolutely speak to your GP. Please speak to your doctor and basically get them, have that discussion and say, look, sometimes I feel great and sometimes I feel like I'm ready to end things. So yeah, a couple of months is long enough. And if you're already feeling a difference, then it definitely needs looking at, honey. It absolutely does. As Kirsty says there, absolutely needs looking at. It really does, Louise. It's one of those things where, like, you're not pestering, you're dealing with your own mental health. You are dealing with your own, you're taking sort of priority really and taking responsibility for your own mental health. And literally, listen, I'm diabetic. I take a tablet that helps me deal with my pancreas and the hormones that creates. It keeps my blood balanced. I also take an antidepressant that keeps my brain chemistry balanced. There is no shame in one over the other, okay? There is no difference. One helps one set of chemistry, one helps another set of chemistry. But I know from experience that when they've changed my meds, or when I've stopped taking them for a while, or when, whatever's happened, that my brain absolutely just goes to mush. And it takes a while for that all to kick back in. So if you've been on for 2 months, absolutely, please speak to your GP this week and come and tell us next week what they've said. Like seriously, will you do that for me, Louise, please? I hope you find one that works for you well soon. It may take some trial and error, but you will find one that suits your chemistry. Exactly. And it is absolutely, you're on fluoxetine. They were rubbish. I'm on sertraline now. I don't know what those are. I think I used to have fluoxetine. That rings a bell for a long time ago. 100% agree, Kelly. There's a huge amount of different meds out there for a reason. Yeah, and they all work slightly differently, and they all work differently with our brain chemistry, and everybody's different. And so what works for you won't work for me, but might work for the next person. And because of that, this is why there are so many variants of the antidepressant drugs. And this is why there are so many different levels of dosage as well, because it may well be that one person needs just like 5 milligram little top up. Somebody else needs like a 20 milligram 50 milligram, whatever. And it varies from person to person depending on our own brain chemistry. And it could have nothing to do with how you're feeling. You can feel like absolutely at death's door, feel like absolute shit 24/7. And if you're really, really poorly, you might only need five milligrams just to balance your levels out. It could be that you're doing great guns and actually they need you to see again. Look, Boo's saying in the chat, sometimes they need to give you a different form of the same med, so you may need extended release to stay in your system, for example. Yeah, absolutely. So you're on 30 milligrams with the old ones, now you're on 50 milligrams with the new ones. Again, it's one of those, Jesus, is that the time? It's 9 o'clock. Oh, I've just seen the time. Katrina, I'm going to have to do your reading next week, darling. Sorry, I didn't realize how late we'd gone. Wow, that's gone really quick. But Louise, the milligrams, if they're two different drugs, it's completely different. Bye, Belinda. Good night from you. Thank you for an entertainment evening. Goodbye, all. Thank you for being so supportive and fun too. Oh, thank you, Belinda. I've got your video on my watch later list. So yeah, I will definitely watch that one. The one you just put up today, is it Home Bargains Haul, I think it was. So yeah, I will go and watch that. By the way, go and check out Belinda Chapman in the chat there. Yeah, sorry, Katrina, I just realized the time. But absolutely, Louise, like, will you promise us, because now all of the Authentic Army will be concerned, will you promise us that you'll speak to your doctor this week and get back to us on Sunday? Can you do that, Louise? I'm not gonna stop nagging you until you agree. Just because it's you really do need to get the meds checked. You really, really do, my darling. Boo Spania Cassiopeia. I love your name, Boo. I really do. Louise, you'll ring them on Tuesday. Is it your birthday tomorrow? Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow. How old are you tomorrow, my darling? No, you shouldn't ask that question. I know, right? We all say that, and then it's like, yeah, we're not 12 anymore. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Louise. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old is Louise? How old are you now? We wish you many more. We wish you many more. We wish you many more birthdays. We wish you many more. Yay! Have a lovely day tomorrow, Louise. Do some self-care. Play some music, because that music card. Have a little bop around. 21 plus postage and packing. Oh. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Oh, look at everybody saying happy birthday in the chat, Louise. Oh, he said it feels like a family. It's a lovely family here. We've got a really, really, really wonderful community, not just on my channel, but on Kirsty's channel as well. If you haven't popped in there, Louise, make sure you pop in on a Friday evening on Making It Up, 8 p.m. UK time. Do pop over and come and see us over there on Kirsty's channel. I'm one of Kirsty's moderators, so I'm one of her spanners, and basically we it's just like a natter down the pub with your mates. It's a really lovely way of just spending an hour together, or a bit longer than an hour, having a good old chinwag with an adult libation. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely way of just spending a Friday evening. So do check us out over there as well, Louise. I'll check in with you next week, Katrina. Sorry, my darling, I didn't realize the time. We always cheer you up. Oh, thank you, Louise. It's what we're here for. Glad that you've been here today with us, and I'm glad that you're going to ring the doctors on Tuesday. That is lovely. But you have a lovely, lovely day tomorrow, won't you? You've got some really good weather for it. Really, really. Love you back, girl. Oh, we do. Look at all wonderful. This is such a loving community. It really is. And also, I've got to say, since we put subscriber mode on last week and this week, we've had no issues with trolls. So I'm going to make sure we do that every week now. It's been It's been lovely to have you here with us this evening, Tammy. Hopefully speak to you again soon on any of the other Authentic Army live streams. Yes, so I am here. I do a live stream on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty at 11 a.m. UK time on a Thursday morning. Friday evening, it's Kirsty's turn over on Making It Up, and then Sunday back here with me here. We won't forget though, Louise. We'll check in with you next Sunday. We will do. Just hope you get your boy back from his dad as he's being awkward and want him with you tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. You will do, and it'll be fine. And you have a lovely day tomorrow, and you've got nice weather, so you can sit and chill out in the garden, or you can go for a nice walk, do a bit of a little bit of gentle sunbathing, not a lot, put a bit of sun cream on. But you can do all of that and just spend a bit of time. Just do whatever you want. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. If you want to have cake for breakfast, have cake for breakfast. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, darling. Anyway, that is it from me today. We've only done, I think, 3 readings today. It's been a right waffly night, hasn't it? Right waffly night. I do apologise, everybody, if you're looking for that sort of manic energy, because we've got Wispy, who seems to be sticking around at the moment. Wispy's slightly more, hello, oh, over there. Oh, what's this? Oh, hello. Which doesn't help my ADD brain. But anyway, yeah, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. I've got a video going up this week all about Lammas, which is the next Sabbath. So that's on the 1st of August, and about some of the things that you can do to celebrate Lammas or Lunasa. I always want to say Lunasada because that's how it's written, Lufnasada. But Lunasa is the first harvest. So it's the next sort of Sabbath, it's the next festival. So that'll be going up. I also have a tarot video that may well be going up very, very, very soon, as in this week. Not sure yet. And over on the other channel, there will be a Slimming World recipe going up this week as well. So there's a lot happening across my 2 channels. So yes, that's it for today. Hopefully you've had a fun evening. If you're here on the replay crew, thank you very much. If you are here on the replay crew, please put what emoji shall we have today? What emoji shall we have? I know we'll have the purple heart, just because I've just seen that Yaz has put a purple heart in the chat. So if you're here on the replay crew, please put a purple heart emoji into the chat. That lets me know that you've watched right until the end. But that's it for everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And as I say, I will see you next week. And yeah, thank you very much. It is that time of day. Oh, excuse me. Are you ready? We've got to put the hand in the air. Hand in the air. And we're going to have an awkward wave as we say goodbye. Awkward wave. Awkward wave. See you very soon.